How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a few days since our last video that we did, as it was Christmas, so I hope you did all have a great holiday, or if you are still away, then I hope you are still having a great holiday. However, before New Year's, we are back to it now, and we are going to go ahead and get this started back up again with a community questions video. That's where I put a question on my community section on YouTube. You guys vote on stuff, and you leave a comment down below and as an answer to the question, and we go through those and discuss that as well. But there's a lot of interesting stuff to come out of these videos, so I hope you do enjoy. If you're new to the channel, then give this a chance and see if you enjoy it. But also, this one should be a good one for most of you guys, because the question I put out there was, what are some things most players probably don't know in RuneScape 3? There is a lot of hidden gems in RuneScape. What are yours? So let's see if there's anything here that you didn't know about, and if there wasn't, let me know which in the comments, and if you have any others you think other people won't know about, share those as well. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? With one from myself. The reason being is it was actually this that made me think of this video idea, and so I wanted to include that first. Anyway, the first one that I'm going to talk about is, did you know that if you are on the same world as a friend and you right click their name on the friends list, if you right click and press join, it will actually teleport you to the nearest lodestone, assuming they're near enough to one that it can actually decide. Normally, if you right click and press join on someone's name, if they're on a different world, it will actually just make you hop world to their world. It is a really useful thing to know about, because you can world hop pretty quickly without opening any menus. However, if you're on the same world and press join, it will search for the nearest lodestone and it will teleport you straight to that lodestone, and you can kind of just try and hunt them down, and then they'll be like, wait, what the frick? How did you know where I was? And Charmies, if you're watching, I figured it out, dude. I know how you do this all the freaking time. But yeah, if you right click their name and they're on the same world, it will teleport you to the nearest lodestone to them. Okay, so our first comment, or the second part of this video, says, something I have recently discovered: if you're at Max Guild and have one of the portals attuned to Xanaris, you can right click on it and select other destination to bring up fairy ring code interface, instead of going there first and then clicking on the fairy ring to take you somewhere. So this would be quite useful probably for, I guess, clue people who need to use fairy rings quite a lot. Now, what they are saying here is, in the Max Garden, you have the two portals that you can actually attune. You can just right click on the portal to bring the fairy ring straight up, rather than going through the portal then clicking on the fairy ring. So this is pretty useful. It's a pretty, just like, what, a couple of second time saver. But if you're doing this a lot, like multiple times every hour, it can save you a little bit of time over, what, days, weeks. It's going to add up, and it's definitely going to be just a convenience thing. Now, personally, I have not done the quest required for this, because I am a complete noob of quests. However, I did get a friend of mine to test this out, so Salty Llama has confirmed this does work. For anyone wondering, you cannot use your Grace of the Elves to get a portable fairy ring, but you can go to the portal itself and just right click on it and open the fairy ring from there. Okay, so our next one is something I've used in a video in the past a couple of times. However, no matter how many times I mention this, there's going to be lots of people who just don't know about it. So, this one I'm going to use it again. And Rain says, I had just figured out about the Spirit Cape from Dungeoneering. For something so niche, it's nice to have. Now, what is the Spirit Cape? Well, the Spirit Cape will give you a buff to your familiars by reducing the special move cost for it to use the scrolls. So this means that you can use more scrolls without having to use restores and stuff, and once you have used restores, it'll take longer for that to redrain again. So you get more specs out of a full spec bar. This isn't only good for PvM, as of course if you're using a familiar for skilling as well, it just means you use less sort of like spiritual prayer potions or summoning potions to restore that, saving you a little bit of money here and there, but also it's just a convenience thing as well. The great thing about this cape though is it requires level 50 Dungeoneering and 50 defense and 50 summoning, but once you've bought it, you don't have to equip it to get the effect. It's a passive, you just have to have it bought and unlocked. You can even destroy it afterwards. As long as you unlocked it, then you're good to go. That's absolutely fine. That's all it takes. So if you don't have this and you do happen to have 45,000 Dungeoneering points laying around, go ahead, buy this thing and just get rid of it straight away, because you'll have that passive and it's definitely worth having. Our next comment says, for the longest time, I didn't know that Spirit Attraction Potions existed. It keeps AFK skills fully AFK, even with the Scripture of Bic or Grace of the Elves. Can also use a potion reservoir for even more AFK. So, I had to look up these because I had no idea what they were. So I'm assuming that there's going to be some people watching that also has no idea what these are. So I figured this is probably one that's worth mentioning. Now, what Spirit Attraction Potions are is, you probably worked it out to be fair, if you are using a Grace of the Elves or the Scripture of Bic and you do get a spirit, one of the passive spirits, using this potion will automatically collect that for you. So you won't have to go back into the game or tab back into the game to collect your Serene spirits from the Grace of the Elves or the fire spirits from fire making, all that sort of stuff. It will do it for you. Nice and easy, convenient, useful to know about. Next up, we have another thing that I had absolutely no idea about. Who would have thought? This person says, I was surprised by a Reddit post that people are unaware you can drag stacks of items that can't be noted from the bank interface to destroy them rather than dropping them one by one. I had no idea about this either, and I actually did my bank cleaning up like a couple of months ago now, I'd say. This would have been so freaking useful to know about. Holy crap. Archaeology relics, you don't have to take them out of the bank, you can just drag the whole stack of them from the bank onto the ground and destroy the lot. I probably shouldn't be telling you guys that I destroyed archaeology relics because there's going to be a lot of people going, why the frick did you do that? But I did, and it took me ages to do them one at a time. So this would have been huge to know. So what they are saying basically, if you were a little bit confused about exactly how it works, if you have an item that you can't take out of the bank as a noted stack, just drag it directly from the bank to the outside area of the game and it will destroy it for you. The whole stack, all of them, straight away. That is so good to know. Freaking hell, I bet so many people didn't know this one. The next comment says you can create a group by yourself and use the group teleport function to teleport to various locations that otherwise you can't teleport to directly. For example, using the Dragon King lab teleport to quickly get Deep Wilderness or to the Bloodwood tree right outside the lab. This is actually really useful, and I use the group teleport system quite a lot myself just for other things in the game. Now, if you are someone, for example, who does need access to, say, the place that this person has said, Deep Wilderness, you want to get there quickly, but you don't want to have to go through, use all the little like teleport stone things in the wilderness that throw you around at random if you haven't done all the tasks and stuff, then you can definitely do this. However, it is also really useful for people who don't have the max portal and want to get to a boss for their first kill before they have it unlocked for the War's Retreat portal. For example, if you are learning Raksha, it is a pain in the ass to get to the Raksha encounter while you're trying to get that first kill, because if you don't have the War's Retreat portal, then getting that first kill is important to unlock the portal, of course. If you have access to the max portal, you don't need to actually have a kill count to redirect that portal to a boss. But for those of you that aren't maxed, if you make a group by yourself, set it to Raksha, press ready, it will ask if you are all ready, you press yes, and then it'll ask if you want to teleport directly there. Press yes again, you will teleport right outside the Raksha encounter, and you can do this for all bosses as long as the limit to enter the fight is actually set to 1. The group setting is really useful to know about, and like he said, if you know places that are nearby other encounters and bosses and stuff, or mini games even, then you can use this to get yourself there quicker, and also for absolutely free. The next comment says, I think most people don't know that subscribing to Init is a 4% DPS increase. I thought it was more like 8 or 12% in all honesty, but you know what? If you're not subbed, maybe you should click it and find out. Thank you to whoever posted this comment, I appreciate it. But if you guys aren't subbed and you do enjoy the content, make sure to click the subscribe button. Let's move on to the next one. The next comment says, a lot of players either underestimate how powerful the totems on Anachronia are, or are completely unaware of their existence. The one I get questions about the most is the Totem of Intimidation. I get so many players asking how I can just walk through the God Wars Dungeon 1 boss doors without having to get kill count. Even got accused of hacking the game code once, which was pretty funny. Okay. So I'm pretty sure you can't hack RuneScape's game code, but okay, it is what it is, I suppose. I guess some people are a little bit more suspicious than others, but I actually didn't know about these for the longest time. I know about them now, so that's good. But these are definitely really useful to know about. They really are, in all honesty. This was the most liked comment on the actual thread, so I'm assuming that quite a lot of people didn't know about this. So, on Anachronia, you can unlock totems. They do have different effects. However, the one that this person is specifically talking about will allow you to go into the God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses without getting that annoying 40 kill count. Now, it doesn't work the same as God Wars Dungeon 2, so if you teleport out, you lose your 40 kill count. You have to actually stay in there for as long as you can, and then if you rebank without this totem, you will need to get 40 kill count again. It's a pain in the ass. So that's what makes this totem so damn good. You can bank, you can come back, and it will be absolutely fine. You can go straight back in. So this is something I definitely need to do, especially if you're going for a log. You should definitely unlock this. Like, you really should. If you're going for logs at God Wars 1, you're going to want it. It's going to save you a lot of time. So there's a lot of totems. Look them up on the wiki. There's a lot of good uses from them, and this is probably one of the best ones in all honesty. It really is. So if you're going for AFK, any AFK whatsoever in God Wars 1, money or just log progress, anything like that, getting the pets, you're going to want to have this. So definitely look up how to get it and make sure you get it. Okay, so I'm going to make this our last comment for today, so hopefully you have all found something new in here, or hopefully you found some of this interesting. I certainly have learned quite a bit. But our final comment does come from Grammar, who is usually in a lot of these videos, in all honesty. He usually brings the good stuff, and you said, until a couple of months ago, I didn't know you could do the Giant Oyster monthly D&D for a chance to roll a die. With the next monthly reset token, you can even do it twice a month. So this is something that I learned pretty recently as well. I've said that for a couple of other ones too, but the Giant Oyster is something that basically gives you a clue scroll reward, and it is a once a month thing. But of course, if you do have the D&D reset tokens for the monthly D&Ds, you can actually reset that and you can do it twice a month. But you can actually get some really good stuff from this. It takes 2 minutes to do. All you do is go to the person near the wizard's tower, dive down under the water with her, and then all you need to do is feed the oyster and then come back and collect your reward. But once you've already got this oyster fed, if you come back, you can reset this again and you can actually get this claim twice. You can get dies from this, you can get decent money from this. There's no point in not doing it if you can actually be bothered going out of your way for what, like 5 minutes at the most, once a month, or yeah, literally once a month. This will be absolutely worth your time. So if you didn't know about this, thank you, Grammar, because I'm sure some didn't, and you should definitely start doing it. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for us today. I hope that you found something interesting in this. I hope you've learned some new stuff. I know that I have. I love doing these ones because I always learn new stuff. Every single time, I always learn something new. So hopefully you did too. If you did, make sure to leave a like and also leave a comment down below letting me know which you've learned. And if you think there's some stuff that you know that others will not know about, then drop those in the comments as well, as I'm sure some people will find them really interesting. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you are new around here, make sure to click subscribe, as I do tend to upload almost every single day, as long as I find the time to do so. As always, thank you so much to the channel members for your extra support. I really do appreciate it. Your names will be on screen right now, of course, and I just wanted to say once again, thank you so much to you guys. It helps out more than you probably know. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.